I believe you. You're not going to jail. Stay strong. I will get a lawyer soon. Moments after the prom hall erupted in chaos, the medics and police arrived. Flashing lights bounced off the decorated windows as students looked on in horror. The medics rushed inside and carefully examined Mateo's body. One shook his head grimly. He's gone. No pulse. Mateo's parents arrived shortly after and were devastated. Tears streamed down their faces as they cried uncontrollably, demanding justice and urging the police to act immediately and find the person responsible for their son's death that very night. As Mateo's lifeless body was placed gently into an ambulance, the police wasted no time. The lead investigator, Inspector Williams, ordered everyone who had attended the prom party to gather in the main hall. Fear gripped the students. Some were crying, others shaking from anxiety, unable to process what had just happened. The once lively celebration had turned into a nightmare. Inspector Williams stepped forward, her voice calm but firm as she addressed the room. She asked everyone to remain calm and promised that justice would be served. One by one, the students were questioned. Also, the police collected their phones, assuring them they would be returned once they were cleared of suspicion. After the initial round of questioning, the police decided to detain Bella and Alice for further interrogation. They were the first two people to witness Mateo's body. The officers quietly escorted the two girls into a patrol car and drove them to the station. There, Inspector Williams decided to question them separately. Alice, Mateo's girlfriend, was the first to be interrogated. She was still crying when Inspector Williams walked into the room. "I'm sorry for your loss," Inspector Williams began, her tone gentle. "I can't believe it," Alice sobbed. "Mateo is gone, just like that." No. Her body shook with grief. Inspector Williams reached for her hands, trying to offer some comfort before continuing. "We're going to do everything we can to find who did this. But I need you to help me understand what happened tonight. Can you do that?" Alice nodded slowly, wiping the tears from her eyes. "The night started out beautifully," she said. "Mateo and I were crowned prom king and queen. We were dancing, laughing, and then he told me he needed to use the restroom." She paused to catch her breath. "A few minutes later, I saw Bella heading out of the hall. She looked tense. Suspicious. So I followed her." "Why did you feel suspicious?" the inspector asked. "Because Bella's always had this obsession with Mateo. Ever since she transferred to our school, she's been trying to get his attention. I thought she might be trying something again. So I followed her to the hallway, hoping to catch her in the act." "And did you?" "Of course. She went straight to the restroom. I stood by the door for a few minutes, but I couldn't hear anything. When I finally opened the door, Mateo was already on the floor, bleeding." Alice choked on her words and burst into tears again. Inspector Williams handed her a tissue to wipe her face. "How long did you wait at the door before opening it?" she asked gently. "I don't know. 5, maybe 10 minutes, Alice answered, her voice trembling. Inspector Williams gave her a moment, then asked gently, "Can you think of anyone else who might have wanted to hurt him?" Alice shook her head. "No. Everyone loved Mateo." Just then, another officer entered and informed the inspector that Alice's parents had arrived at the station. Alice pleaded to see her parents, her face streaked with tears. Inspector Williams agreed and said, "If we need anything else, we'll reach out." She escorted Alice to the waiting room, where Alice immediately ran into her parents' arms. "Mom. Dad. Mateo is dead. He's gone," she cried. "I know, sweetheart. It's going to be okay," her father said, wrapping her tightly in his arms. He then asked his wife to take Alice to the car while he spoke privately with Inspector Williams. Mr. Badmus expressed his concern about Bella staying with them, citing the strained relationship between her and Alice. He told the inspector he wouldn't be able to accommodate Bella at his house anymore. Inspector Williams understood and said she would contact Bella's aunt to come pick her up. After Mr. Badmus left, Inspector Williams returned to begin Bella's interrogation. "How are you feeling?" she asked. "I don't know," Bella responded softly, her voice shaky. Tell me, how close were you to Mateo? He was just my friend. He helped me. Defended me from bullies. Bullies? Inspector Williams repeated. Yes. Alice and her friend Vivienne, Bella said. So your relationship with Mateo was strictly platonic, the inspector pressed. Yes. He was dating Alice. Did you ever have feelings for Mateo? No. We were just friends. Inspector Williams nodded slowly. Okay, then tell me what happened tonight. Bella recounted how the prom night had unfolded, how she had received a message from Mateo asking her to meet him in the restroom. When she arrived, she found him lying motionless on the floor, blood pooling beneath him. I rushed to him and shook him, she said, her voice trembling. But he didn't move. He was so still. Alice arrived a moment later and screamed. What happened between you two that he wanted to settle in the restroom, she asked. I had been avoiding him for a few days, Bella admitted. Why? Because I was scared of Alice and Vivienne. They had warned me multiple times to stay away from him. So you decided to stop talking to him because of them? Yes, especially after I beat Vivienne in the mathematics scholarship. When they heard I had applied for it, and for prom queen too, they confronted me. Inspector Williams noted this new piece of information and nodded thoughtfully. She told Bella to wait for her aunt, who had been contacted to come pick her up. When Bella's aunt arrived, Bella rushed to her. I didn't kill Mateo, she said quickly, expecting a scolding. But to her surprise, her aunt hugged her tightly. I believe you. You're not going to jail. That same night, Vivienne was also brought in for questioning. She looked calm and composed, her arms folded as she sat down across from Inspector Williams. When the inspector brought up the scholarship Bella had won, Vivienne's eyes narrowed. I would only deal with Bella if I wanted to, she said coldly. She's been craving Mateo's attention since she arrived. I caught her watching Mateo and Alice kissing. After that, she started avoiding him. I told Alice what I saw. Inspector Williams raised an eyebrow. That's not what Bella told me. Vivienne leaned forward. Well, Bella has always lied to get what she wants. Inspector Williams took note of the contradiction. Bella had claimed that she was avoiding Mateo because of Alice and Vivienne, but now Vivienne's account suggested otherwise. With this new angle, Inspector Williams realized Bella may not have been entirely truthful during her interrogation. Then something else came through. Mateo's parents had been watching the interrogations remotely. As one of the wealthiest families in the region, the Andersons had powerful connections. Mateo's father, Mr. Anderson, had arranged for private access to the investigation via internal pressure, a favor owed from someone high up in the police hierarchy. From a secure location, they watched each testimony in real time. After Bella's, they were furious. She's not telling the truth, Mateo's mother snapped. If she really found him like that, why didn't she scream? Alice did, and she wasn't even the first to see him. I'm calling the commissioner, Mr. Anderson concluded. And he did. Within minutes, Inspector Williams received a call from her superior. You have a suspect covered in blood. 2 witnesses said she had motives. Make an arrest. Don't delay. Inspector Williams hesitated. There are still gaps, sir. The autopsy report hasn't come out yet. Until we know what killed him, we can't be certain it was even murder. Make the arrest, the voice ordered. You've been seen dragging your feet. This family is powerful, and this case is already political. Back at the station, Bella was about to leave with her aunt when officers blocked them. Inspector Williams approached slowly. She looked at Bella with conflicted eyes. Bella Johnson, you're under arrest in connection with the death of Mateo Badmus. Bella gasped. What? I didn't kill him. I swear. Her aunt tried to shield her. She didn't do it. You can't do this without proof. I'm sorry, Williams said softly. There's pressure from above. Bella's wrists were handcuffed, her body trembling with shock. I didn't kill Mateo, Bella cried out to her aunt. Her aunt held her close for a moment and whispered, I know. Stay strong. I will get a lawyer soon. Bella was led back into custody. Inside the station, Inspector Williams sat down, exhaustion etched on her face. She didn't believe justice had been served, at least, not yet. And somewhere, in the middle of all the noise, one haunting question remained: did Bella really kill Mateo? To be continued in part 3.